My journey into the heart of Yakutia's frozen world, discovering the raw beauty of ice, snow, and human resilience. As an American explorer who's chased adventures from the scorching dunes of the Sahara to the windswept plains of Patagonia, I thought I knew what extreme environments felt like, but nothing prepared me for Yakutia, the vast region in northeastern Siberia that's home to Oymyakon, the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. When I set out on this expedition, my goal was simple: to immerse myself in a land where winter isn't a season, it's a way of life. I wanted to experience the relentless cold firsthand, witness the stunning landscapes of endless snow and ice, and uncover the rich culture of the Sakha people who call this frozen world home. Little did I know that this trip would redefine my understanding of survival, beauty, and the unbreakable human spirit. The adventure began in Yakutsk, the regional capital, and already one of the coldest cities on the planet. Stepping off the plane, the air hit me like a wall, dry, sharp, and unforgiving at -45 degrees Fahrenheit, -42 degrees Celsius. But that was just a teaser. The real journey was the 600-mile drive to Oymyakon on the infamous Road of Bones, a highway built on permafrost, seed with a dark history from Soviet times. As we drove, the landscape unfolded like a scene from a dream. Endless taiga forests blanketed in deep snow, trees heavy with hoarfrost sparkling under the weak winter sun, and rivers frozen solid into natural ice roads. The sky was a crisp blue, but the horizon was often blurred by diamond dust. Tiny ice crystals suspended in the air, catching the light like millions of floating diamonds. It was breathtaking, but also a reminder of the danger. These crystals can sting your skin like needles and reduce visibility in a sudden storm. Arriving in Oymyakon, the cold intensified to -60 degrees Fahrenheit, -51 degrees Celsius. The village is small, with wooden houses raised on stilts to avoid melting the permafrost below. Outside, the world was a monochrome masterpiece. Snow-covered hills rolling into the distance, frozen rivers gleaming like glass under the low sun, and every surface coated in thick rime ice, turning trees into ghostly sculptures. I stepped out, and my breath froze instantly into a cloud of ice crystals, crackling softly, the famous whisper of the stars that locals describe. The air was so dry it sucked moisture from my skin, and exposed metal felt like fire on contact. But amid this harsh beauty, I met the Sakha people, whose culture is deeply woven into this icy tapestry. The Sakha's traditions revolve around harmony with nature. Their epic poems, like the Oymyakon, a UNESCO-recognized masterpiece, tell stories of heroes battling ice spirits, reflecting real-life resilience. During my stay, I joined a family for an evening around the stove, listening to tales of ancient nomads who read the snow's patterns to predict storms. Their clothing is a cultural art form, reindeer fur parkas embroidered with sun symbols for protection against the dark winter, high boots lined with horsehair, and silver jewelry believed to ward off evil, cold spirits. These aren't just for warmth, they're symbols of identity, passed down generations. Blizzards transform the landscape into something otherworldly. One day, a storm hit. Visibility dropped to zero as diamond dust whipped through the air, winds howling across the open tundra. The snow didn't fall gently. It swirled in furious vortices, burying everything in drifts. I sheltered in a house, watching through frosted windows as the world outside became a whiteout chaos. Trees bending under ice weight, rivers disappearing under fresh powder. Yet the Sakha remained calm, sharing hot tea and stories, their culture teaching patience and respect for nature's power. This part of Yakutia taught me that cold isn't just an enemy, it's a canvas for stunning beauty and cultural depth. The endless snowfields under Aurora lights, frozen lakes reflecting stars, and blizzards sculpting the land create scenes of raw, untouched wonder. The Sakha culture thrives here, celebrating life through festivals like Oymyakon, where summer's brief return is marked with dances honoring the sun that conquers winter's grip. Blizzards and frozen wonders, the Sakha's cultural rituals. Amid nature's fury, Building on my initial immersion in Yakutia's icy embrace, the true magic revealed itself during the blizzards that swept through like living beasts. These storms aren't mere weather events. They're forces that reshape the landscape overnight, turning serene snowfields into chaotic seas of white, and testing the Sakha people's cultural resilience in ways that left me in awe. As an explorer from the States, used to hurricanes or nor'easters, I found these Siberian blizzards uniquely mesmerizing and terrifying. Winds screaming across the tundra at 50 miles per hour, diamond dust and snow particles stinging like sand in a desert storm, visibility zero as the world vanishes in a swirling white void. One night, a major blizzard hit Oymyakon, and I huddled with a Sakha family, listening to the howl outside while they shared rituals that turn fear into strength. The cultural heart of the Sakha shines brightest in how they face these storms. Their shamanic traditions view blizzards as spirits of the north, powerful but respect-worthy. During the storm, the family elder performed a small ritual, burning herbs for purification, drumming to call protective ancestors, and offering milk to the fire god. These practices, rooted in ancient animism blended with nature worship, help maintain calm and unity. Stories from the Oymyakon epic were recited, tales of heroes navigating blizzards guided by star whispers, mirroring real survival techniques like reading wind patterns in snowdrifts. Outside, the blizzard painted epic scenes. Snow piling into massive drifts taller than houses, trees encased in rime ice like crystal chandeliers, frozen rivers cracking under pressure with thunderous booms. The next morning, the landscape was reborn, pristine undulating dunes of snow under a clear blue sky, sunlight sparkling on fresh powder like a sea of diamonds. I ventured out, crunching through deep snow, feeling the crunch under boots and the bite of cold on cheeks. The Sakha's festivals celebrate this cycle. Isyak in summer honors the sun's victory over winter blizzards, with circular dances mimicking the eternal turn of seasons. Their daily culture integrates the cold's beauty, embroidery on clothing depicting snowflakes and auroras, silver jewelry symbolizing ice purity. Blizzards inspire art and songs about endurance. This phase showed me Yakutia's blizzards as cultural catalysts, forging community bonds and inspiring traditions that honor the frozen world's majesty. Aurora nights and ice-sculpted lands, Sakha folklore in the grip of winter storms. As blizzards raged and reshaped Yakutia's terrain, the nights brought another spectacle. The Aurora Borealis dancing over snow-covered expanses, intertwining with Sakha folklore in ways that felt almost magical. These northern lights, vivid greens and purples rippling across the star-filled sky, illuminated frozen lakes and tundra in ethereal glows, creating landscapes that seemed from another world. During one clear night after a storm, I stood outside in -65 degrees Fahrenheit, breath freezing into crystals, watching the aurora weave above hoarfrost-laden trees, a sight that inspired Sakha myths of sky spirits battling winter demons. Sakha culture reveres these phenomena. Folklore tells of auroras as ancestral souls, guiding hunters through blizzards, or fires from the upper world. Elders shared stories around the fire, linking lights to heroes in Oymyakon epics who navigate ice storms with celestial help. Rituals involve offerings during aurora displays for good hunting. Post-blizzard scenes were stunning. Fresh snow sculpting dunes and ridges, frozen waterfalls like glass curtains, rivers as ice highways reflecting lights. Blizzards carve the land into natural art. Wind-sculpted sastrugi waves on tundra. This blend of natural wonder and cultural lore deepened my appreciation for Yakutia's enduring spirit. Festivals of light and ice, celebrating Sakha culture in the eternal winter grip. Yakutia's cultural climax comes in festivals bridging winter's harshness with hope, like Isyak honoring summer's light amid ice-dominated life. Though my visit was winter, locals recreated elements showing how culture defies cold. Isyak features circular dances symbolizing sun cycles, kumis sharing, horse races on snow, adapted winter version. Clothing with sun motifs wards off darkness. Ice festivals carve sculptures from frozen rivers, blending art with nature. Culture preserves identity against cold's dominance, celebrating beauty in snowstorms and auroras. My journey ended realizing Sakha culture transforms ice into inspiration for resilience.